Hey guys, it's Chris here. So for a while I've been wanting to do some sort of weekly update vlog, status of the channel, status of my life kind of thing, and also completely unrelated, just because I like it, I want to do a little let's play of Cookie Clicker. So I'm gonna kind of combine the two. I'm gonna talk a little bit about Cookie Clicker, my life, the channel. See how that goes. Now, since this is our first time, if you don't know about Cookie Clicker, Um, I'm sorry for telling you about it because there's a good chance you're gonna try it and then you're gonna be hooked. Basically, it's a game where you just bake cookies, and you start off with clicking, and then you just buy more things to click for you, and pretty soon, it's gone crazy. It's out of control. Um, but the thing is, the brilliance of the game is that it just plays to the most basic thing in the human mind that we just like to see progress in anything. Just gives us that little bit of endorphin pleasure that we just like seeing a number go up. We like being told, "Oh, you're doing better now," and I know that, and I don't care. I'm still enjoying it. So, quick overview. So this is the first time I'm just gonna give a quick little advice on how to play this game the best. I'm sure you're smart. You can figure out what to buy here, but when you get to the one thing you can do, there's a keyboard command for Windows. Alt, left shift, numlock. Alt, left shift, numlock. Mouse keys. It turns your number pad into... I just turned it off. Turn it back on. It turns your number pad into a button mouse. Now 4 goes left, really slow. 2 goes down, 6, all that stuff, and there's different commands. But 5 clicks plus clicks twice, so to have the most efficient clicking, you just put your pointer finger on 5, your middle finger on plus, and you just go like this. It doesn't help that much, but there are some bonuses in the game that increase productivity by many hundred folds. And doing this during that will make a huge difference. Or just doing this at the beginning will make a huge difference, make it much faster. Now, as far as channel news, right now, I've recorded. As far as Metal Gear Rising goes, if all this is up, you've seen up to the final stage of Senator Armstrong's boss fight, and see, this is one of those bonuses where clicking is going to make a huge difference. So, and then I started having issues. I played that boss for about an hour and a half. I was drunk, I was yelling, I was pissed off, because there's a part where he throws things at you and you have to cut it very specifically, very fast. And since the sword is minimally upgraded, it isn't energy efficient, which means you don't have very much time to cut through the target. And so that's where I've been raging. I'm going to try that for a little while longer. If I can't get it, I'm just going to go to another level, get like 1 or 2 healing items, and then I should be able to do it. Because I'm at a point where I have no healing items, and it's very difficult. After I finish that, I'm thinking I'll do the Jetstream Sam DLC, and I'll do the Blade Wolf DLC. As far as Bioshock Infinite goes, last night I recorded 3 episodes. I'm very close to the end, so I'm thinking 2 more episodes. I could probably do it in one like hour and a half shot, but it gets pretty long, and I'm probably going to cut it somewhere in the half. Let me see, I should be clicking. This is Cookie Clicker. What am I doing? Yeah, for Bioshock, I have the DLC for console, but I don't have it for PC, and I don't own it, so I might do the DLC one day if it goes on a decent sale, if it is on decent sale now. Because that is something I do want to finish at some point, because it was pretty cool going back to Rapture. Pre-Fall Rapture is really interesting. And other game, Alien. Now, that's definitely the one that's been the longest. I was going to record some Alien tonight, Oh, ruin. See, a thing, if you get a bad thing like that in the game, your best bet's just to reload. Just reload. Didn't happen. Anyway, Alien. I was going to record some of that tonight, but let me give you a little sneak peek if somehow this gets uploaded. Because this is going to be short before the other thing. This is going up. Yeah, and some other stuff like this. I probably recorded a few hours with some friends of mine about that, and I did a little cross-channel promotion with another friend. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. They're good guys. They're great people. They're my true bros. Like, I've traveled across the country with these guys. Like, it's great. So yeah, Alien. I was gonna do it tonight. Got sidetracked with a little side project. That's the next thing on the list. Next time I get a chance to record, which I have the next 2 days off, so I should have time. That's what I'm gonna be recording. Probably record like 3 episodes of that, and then I'll probably get back on the Metal Gear train. As far as I'll call this like I'm gonna call this series like Cookie Chat or something like that. Something clever, something alliterative. Anyway, back to this real quick. When you get it so far in the game, you unlock the Grandma Apocalypse, and you can end it at some point at cost of 5% of your overall productivity, but you don't want it. So what happens? These each leech off 5% of your production, which sounds bad, except they're like cows. You feed them, you slaughter them, you profit. So they store what they eat, except they buff each other. So basically, by having all 10 on at once, I am making 5 times more than this at all times, which is great. Plus, I have an upgrade that gives them a 5% bonus. So it's more like I have 11 of these with the 5% bonus. And you just let it sit for a few hours, and that's been a little while. Let's see what we got. Let's get some little stuff. I recently just got the big... There's upgrades you unlock at 1, 10, 15, 50, 100, and 200. It took a long time to buy 200 of these. A long time. But I finally got it, actually the other day. And so now I'm just going to get the achievement where you reset with a septillion. I'm getting there. This is where I'm at right now with that. So right now I'm just kind of just buying whatever right now. It doesn't really matter that much. Honestly, it doesn't help it go up that much, but it's something. It's something. No one can deny something. The grandmas are awesome. Very good. My life, I've been, I work closing at my job. I work in an Albertsons deli, and for a while my shift had been, I come in at 1:30, I get a half-hour lunch at some point in the day, and then it's scheduled to be off at 10, but really you just leave when you're done. And we were getting so good at closing, we would get off at 9 o'clock or earlier very consistently. And I was fine with that, because I don't really need the money that badly. But some other people were feeling that they're getting shorted on hours, which is true. So, and because we've gotten so good at closing, honestly, it just make up for it. So what we've been doing is, now I come in at noon, I get an hour lunch, and we're scheduled till 9, but we still leave when we're done. And that, honestly, coming in that hour and a half early has made just keeping up on keeping the place clean all day much easier. And we got out 8:27 last night, like 8:45 tonight. We were barely, like, or 8:27 2 nights ago. We've gotten so good at it. We're all such good friends down there. Like, that's one thing I love about my job. Like, almost all of them are great friends. Like, I'm having a poker night here tomorrow night with a bunch of work friends. They're just nice people, really interesting people. which, from what I understand, this is like my first full-time job. I've had a summer job for 2 summers, but I'm taking a break from college. I'm going to the University of Montana in Bozeman next semester. So this is my first real full-time job, and it's been a growing experience because I've had to make friends with people of different age groups. I work with like a couple people in their 30s, some people in their late 20s, people a year or two younger than me, some guy in his 50s. I think he's cool. He's a nice guy. And just I have to deal with customers all day. There's some absolute nice customers. There's some mean customers, some grumpy customers, idiot customers. A lot of those. I'm talking the kind of people who like expect you to read the menu to them, kind of people. But I've never been a very social person in my life, and this experience has helped me to, even if I don't feel confident about engaging a conversation with someone, I can do it. Faking a lot of that confidence for a while, just confidently walking sort of like, hello, how can I help? How you doing today? That kind of thing. I can do that kind of real now, and it's been kind of nice. Like, I've gotten pretty good at deflecting awkward social situations. I work with some some guys that every once in a while they'll still get me. Put me in a real awkward situation that just leaves me a little flustered, but a lot of times I'll be like, oh yeah, alright, cool. Like, they just make some, like, really weird sex joke, and I'm just, or, just, like, imply something very unpleasant to me. I'm like, oh yeah. Laugh it off. A couple times the other day they got me, but, where I was like, what? I'm gonna walk away. I don't know what I'm doing. And, something about me, the reason I wasn't working for a while, basically, I went to college, the University of Montana in Billings, out of high school, and I didn't quite take it seriously. It was right out of high school. I was really burnt out of school. Like, I tried really hard. Like, this isn't a good excuse. This is not a proper excuse, but it's just the way it is. I tried really hard at school, like elementary through middle school, really hard. Like, and then I did freshman year. Freshman year was really rough for me. I had some bullying issues. It was just stressful. I went from a private school, K through 8, that had about 200 some kids total, to Billings West High School, this big AA school that has like 2 to 2,500 kids, and I was at the bottom of the totem pole and getting bullied. It was a lot to take in, and it was a stressful year. But I worked my hard, and I maintained a 3.0 average even the freshman year, and then that really burnt me out, and I kind of just gave it. I started falling apart a little bit, and I would notice all these people who I thought, like, oh, they think they're so cool, and they think they're so smart, they're getting all these good grades and stuff, and I just kind of adopted the attitude where, they get the good grades and they think they're smart, but, I don't care. I ain't gonna try. So I just kind of skated through. I mean, I wasn't, like, getting D's, and I got a couple, but it wasn't, like, getting terrible grades. I was just kind of, moving along, So, and I made the mistake of taking that attitude with me to college, which was dangerous, especially when you don't have to go to class. Which, oh my god, not having to go to class that's what got me. Because there would be a couple classes, like, college professors don't care if you show up or not. Unless you're in, like, a band class or something where it actually does matter to the whole group if you don't show up. They don't care. So they won't be mad at you if you don't show up. I had, like, my first class I ever went to with orientation. He was like, oh, I know, like, you don't have to come to class. I don't really care. I mean, it was like a 50-person class, and by the time I stopped going, about, like, 20 people or less were showing up a day. and then I fell apart, and I just stopped going altogether. I just got really embarrassed. Oh, I need to get higher. So, yeah, I'm going to Bozeman next semester. My idea is I'm going to move up there with my friend Connor, who I made that video I teased with, and I'm going to try to remove myself from my comfort zone. It's not something I'm scared to death of it, but it's something that I think was going to be extremely good for me, and so does most people that know me. And I'm going to go there, take an exploratory semester. That's what's been recommended to me by a lot of people. Just don't worry about majors, don't worry about credits, don't worry about anything. Just take the classes that sound interesting. Find something that will make you interested. Because if you're interested, you'll actually apply yourself. Which I hope I find something interesting, you know. I like helping people. You know, I take kind of a unusual fascination in people's problems. You know, I just like to know about people, make friends with people. Because you know, growing up, I didn't really have any friends. I was in this private school with and I pretty much my class was the same 20 kids from second. I started going in second grade to 8th grade, and a lot of them were like really the preppy jocks, and a lot of them were just major assholes, to be honest. And I didn't really click with any of them. So just friends mean a lot to me. So when I actually make a friend, I try to connect with them and know everything about them. You know, no reason every friend shouldn't be a best friend. Let me see anything else going on. I said I have a poker night tomorrow with some of my work friends. I've been doing that early work schedule, which has been turning out pretty good. I feel like a zombie when I have to wake up at 11, which to me is like really early. Work's been kind of slow. The boss is on vacation right now for 11 days. That's been amazing, because she's just a mean person. And sneaky and backhanded, and will break all the rules if it benefits her, but step one toe out of line when it's a problem for her, and you'll never hear the end of it. And let me put it this way: she's the kind of person who will make up a fake store policy as a way to make sure you don't ever take sick days. So, yeah. I tried to do that once, and I wasn't that sick, so I didn't fight her on it. But if I ever have a real sick day, I'm not going to go get a doctor's note. I know I don't need one. I'm not going to spend like $150, $200 on a doctor's note. First of all, if I'm that sick, I'm not going to the hospital. I'm staying home, probably drinking lots of tea, staying in bed, relaxing, just trying to forget the fact that I'm sick. But, you know, what else is going on at work? A whole lot's been slow. Pre-Christmas, Thanksgiving, Christmas time was crazy, and now last few weeks it's been calm. We can kind of go in, just get our work done without having to stop to help at the counter every few seconds. Usually, sometimes we can be not busy, but somehow the customers manage to time themselves. Customer walks up, you help them. You put away your mess from helping them. You walk over to your project you're working on, you put on your gloves to handle the food, and the second you put on the gloves, another customer walks up. Not busy, just timing it just perfectly wrong. Oh, let's just say one day it took me about 2.5 hours to shred a chicken, and at the end it turned out that the chicken we shredded wasn't worth shredding because some idiot decided to microwave it and dried it out. So, yeah. So, I think that's where I'm going to wrap this up. I don't want these to be very long, maybe like 10-15 minutes. I don't know, I haven't been the best at keeping track of time on these. And I'm thinking I'm going to do these kind of weekly thing, talk a little about Cookie Clicker, a little bit about my channel, a little bit about my life, and just a good place for me to vent, record stuff, and just kind of stuff. If you ever have any comments or anything you want me to talk about or anything, go ahead and post them, but I know I don't really have that many viewers yet, so hopefully that'll change one day. Let's see. Oh, see you next time.